when a company comes to you and says, hey, help me understand the rules, I want to make sure we're following the rules, help them understand the rules. I met personally with the SEC 3 times. Not once in those meetings did the SEC ever say to me, hey, and by the way, we're totally transparent about what we're doing. Not once did the SEC say, hey, we think XRP might be a security.
So I think that the prospects are out there. I just think it's so exciting to think about how this next generation even uses the blockchain and thinks about commerce. And I think there's just so much more to come.
I think all of this has not been great for crypto at large. But again, if you just focus on companies that are solving real problems, certainly Ripple had a record 2022. We'd rather see crypto do well at large, but we had a great year, signed up more and more customers and more volume going through our payment rails.
And we realized we're not going to solve that problem for every single central bank around the world. We're very targeted. We found great interest in some of the smaller central banks around the world that are looking for a strategy, looking for a partner, looking for a technology, a side blockchain, ideas about how to go about this. So we had our first MOU signed with the Kingdom of Bhutan.
I think in the US, it's going to be a journey. I think we'll see some regulation coming in around stablecoins, probably before we'll see regulation coming in around CBDC.
Enjoy the ride, pal.
If you got some bags, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more. Moon o'clock news, no breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra foolishness. Shout out to the latest sub. Appreciate you stopping by. Stuffing some bags. Go ahead, throw on those moon suits and those pilot shades. Buckle up. It's the future's extra foolish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today at 1.01 trillion, down about 3.3% in the past 24 hours. We got XRP currently in the number 6 spot, right around 38 cents, down about 2.7% in the past 24 hours. We got Stellar XLM right around 8 cents, down about 5.4 in the past 24. We got BTC 20,700, ETH right around 1,500, and we got Flare Networks here right around 4 cents, down about 5.6 in the past 24. Big Brad Garland House says, I'm honored to join the Europeans Commission, the World Economic Forum, to discuss finding the right balance for crypto at 3 p.m. CET tomorrow. Tune in live. Finding the right balance for crypto. John D. and the SEC will be denied summary judgment on whether Brad Garland House and Christian Larson were reckless in not knowing that the XRP was a security. The fact that Brad Garland House met 3X with the SEC and never once did they say XRP is a security is evidence a reasonable jury could conclude he wasn't reckless.
If you want to regulate, do the work, write the rules, codify the rules. And when a company comes to you and says, hey, help me understand the rules, I want to make sure we're following the rules, help them understand the rules. I met personally with the SEC 3 times. Not once in those meetings did the SEC ever say to me, hey, and by the way, we're totally transparent about what we're doing. Not once did the SEC say, hey, we think XRP might be a security. So then for them later on to go back and say, hey, the whole time we thought XRP was a security, we just didn't tell you. That doesn't feel like a genuine partnership between public sector and private sector. Moreover, and some of this stuff I'll be more vague about because some of this stuff it hasn't been public yet. But there's something called the Hinman email. Bill Hinman, the director of corporate finance at the SEC, gave a speech in June 2018 about how ETH had been a security but had magically become not a security. And there's some emails associated with that the judge ordered turned over 6 times. We finally did get those emails. And I think when those come to light, I think you will see more kind of like, how is it possible the SEC decided to bring a case against Ripple, given what they were saying within their own walls?
Yeah. And get them, Brad. The show's all rigged, but we got the evidence. Get those jumpsuits. Get those gel cells ready. If you didn't know, now you know. The train's left the station. Rosie Rios, Ripple board member and the 43rd treasurer of the United States, explains how all roads lead to the bridge.
Hi, I'm Rosie Rios, and this is Crypto in a Minute. So, the way I think about blockchain, it's a decentralized ledger. So how it records your transactions could be anything from, NFTs to real estate to art. And there are so many more applications that we don't even know are out there. So, as a great example, my son just started his own startup company, which is this crowdfunding portal for real estate on the blockchain. And when he explained it to me how it works, it really just opens up your eyes about all the other use cases that could be out there. And so when you have that type of kind of sophisticated technology, think about how the world of technology has changed even in the last few years, right? Whether it's virtual reality, augmented reality, and now applied augmented reality in the metaverse. So I think that the prospects are out there. I just think it's so exciting to think about how this next generation even uses the blockchain and thinks about commerce. And I think there's just so much more to come. I did that in 59 seconds. Just
Know what you hold, know what's coming, and why they want you out. Trains left the station. Stuart Alderati, no matter how you dissect it, experts agree that the outcome of the Ripple case will likely have a significant impact on the crypto's future in the US. An upcoming ruling could help determine the answer to an urgent question: who should regulate the crypto industry? XRP, coming clarity, 2023. Big Brad Garland House, my take on Davos 2023. I honestly think it's healthy seeing the change and how crypto showed up this year. Folks are focusing on utility and how these technologies solve real problems. The only way the industry will move forward. Great to catch up. Optimistic this will certainly be resolved in 2023. Maybe in the first half. I feel very good about where we are relative to the law and the facts. We got the evidence. Get those jumpsuits. Get those gel cells ready.
Indicative of, to some degree, a crypto winter that, as you just suggested, has changed in tone from how the last Davos, in terms of just, there was a lot of hype, a lot of noise around all things crypto at the last Davos. And I think seeing the change, and I actually think it's a really healthy change, that there's more focus on utility. Are these technologies that are solving real problems? And I think to your question, I think to the extent there are companies solving real problems for real customers, and they're going to continue to grow regardless of the environment. Is there continued contagion? I think we're obviously continuing to hear noise about what's going on with DCG and Gemini. Hard to know. It sounds like that could work out in a constructive way. I think all of this has not been great for crypto at large. But again, if you just focus on companies that are solving real problems, certainly Ripple had a record 2022. We'd rather see crypto do well at large, but we had a great year, signed up more and more customers and more volume going through our payment rails.
And in terms of your outlook for 2023, we've seen a bit of a bump for Bitcoin in the crypto markets. Are you expecting that to continue, or is it just a little bit of false hope?
Well, I've tried to stay out of the short-term price prediction on all things Bitcoin, or crypto in general. I'm long-term very bullish because I think these are technologies that can solve real problems at scale. And I think when you have kind of new emerging technologies, not dissimilar than, frankly, the internet and kind of the dot-com bubble, sometimes the hype gets ahead of the reality. That comes into balance over time. But we shouldn't forget, it was really not that long ago, 21 years, Amazon during the dot-com bubble almost went out of business. So the fact that you're seeing some changes in the crypto world, I think can be healthy for the long-term health of the industry. And yet FTX appears to be a very high-profile case of fraud. There are serious regulatory and auditing gaps that went on with that institution. And yet at the same time, what I'm reading is so many people have been critical of SBF for having this close relationship with the regulators, the fact that he visited Gary Gensler so many times. So where do you draw the line? We need to strengthen regulation and oversight in this industry, but how close should the relationship be between your peer group and the U.S. regulators who are looking at these institutions? First of all, I think you're exactly right. We talk about this as a crypto problem, but really this is just fraud. And I think in some ways not that dissimilar than Bernie Madoff. And when Bernie Madoff occurred, we didn't totally restructure how we thought about oversight and regulation of hedge funds. We realized that, hey, clearly in that case also the SEC had overlooked, and if people had reported to the SEC, they should be looking into Bernie Madoff. So I know that the SEC had met a bunch of times with SBF. I don't know the specifics of what types of oversight they were applying. I do think this is a fraud. I don't view this as a crypto problem at large. But to your point, I think regulatory clarity globally is important. And we're seeing a lot of countries. Here we are in Davos, and Switzerland's clearly one of the countries leading in providing regulatory clarity in early stage. You have the UAE leaning in, the UK, Japan, Singapore. The US is notably absent from that list. And I think in some ways, the regulators in the US have added confusion to the crypto marketplace.
And let's talk about the
Big Brad Garland House, extra bullish on cryptocurrencies long term. Load up at these prices. Ripple now dominates Australian crypto exchange volumes. Australia's leading digital exchange as international payments emerge as a primary use case in Australian digital asset markets. Australia knows what's coming. We are building outside of the U.S. very rapidly given the opportunities we see. Ripple's Brooke Entwistle says, we're not going to try to chase shiny things this year. All roads lead to the bridge, Davos 2023.
We're building outside the U.S. very rapidly, given the opportunities we see. but we're not going to go kind of off-piste and try to chase shiny things this year. There's no room or time for that with this kind of environment.
In terms of, you mentioned CBDCs is on your radar. In what regard, how are you helping out with that?
Absolutely. We have an interesting approach. We realize we're not going to solve that problem for every single central bank around the world. We're very targeted. We found great interest in some of the smaller central banks around the world that are looking for a strategy, looking for a partner, looking for a technology, a side blockchain, ideas about how to go about this. So we had our first MOU signed with the Kingdom of Bhutan in my neck of the woods back in Asia. Palau is an example, but we're in conversations with dozens of central banks around the world trying to figure out the best way to help them across this goal.
They want to use XRP or Ripple Labs or to develop it?
They want to use technologies that will help them help their own citizens. And so we don't believe there's any one solution for all these central banks in this technology across the world. There's places we can play. There may be a side chain to the XRP ledger. We may help in the interoperability across this, but it's going to be different at every single central bank.
All roads lead, all signs point to XRP 2023. The Phoenix shall rise. Blair Oracle says, never miss a compound again. You like to enjoy your day without worrying about claiming, wrapping, and delegating 2 times a week? Well, we have something just for you, auto-claiming. Just flip the switch. Don't forget about it. Lawmakers at France, AN Finances today set a January 2024 deadline for crypto companies to seek authorization from regulators to operate. GDLT says, TikTok. Tomorrow, January 19th, we got Gate.io. Team is hosting a AMA with Hugo Filion. Join the session at 10 UTC to learn more about Flare Networks. We got James Wallace, Thinking Crypto, Tony Edwards.
But I think in the US, it's going to be a journey. I think we'll see some regulation coming in around stablecoins, probably before we'll see regulation coming in around CBDC. There's so many different interested parties. And, both on the Hill and also in terms of, commercial banks having thoughts across this. So I think it's going to take a while. I think the thing that might speed it up is if other major currencies accelerate what they're doing. So if in Europe, they move a lot more quickly, which they may do, I think that might encourage the US to move more quickly. And I think they have already accelerated their efforts, thankfully. Partly, I think certainly some of the research was driven by the work that's been going on in China, right? And the potential rise of the yuan as a global currency could potentially impact the US dollar. So I think there's a long way to go, a lot of studying to be done.
John Deaton, the best Bitcoin endorsement of the day. Breaking: bankers and regulators at the World Economic Forum Davos expressed concerns about Bitcoin adoption, call for urgent regulation. Why did they get a HODL or that HODL? We got the new XLIST vote, the 1st through the 5th of February, 2023.
XRP ledger for show. XLIST, put in your vote. Put in your vote. If you're holding your note, you open that totem pole. XLIST, put in your vote. Put in your vote. If you're holding your note, XLIST helping us grow. Dropping no votes. We fighting no further we blow. Deep state losing control. Escaping the show. XLIST dropping them votes. Sending my coins to burn them. They send me more back. I'm earning them coins. Keep on burning. The price going up. If your project need help, tell them go in. Jump on the list, we looking for votes. You winning the prize, they send you a bag. Jackpot last time, like 17K. Voters get paid, so everyone wins. We'll see you up at the top, we going all in. Dropping these votes, then do it again. We getting more bags, so it begins. You know what it is, crossing them chains, getting more gains.
Sentiment feed says while altcoins are resetting a bit after the hot start in 2023, you can reallocate your portfolio based on which assets still show traders are underwater. Precision Trader, after we confirm the top of Wave 5, let's expect BTC to form an ABC down to the breakout and support at 18.5K. This level is extremely important. This is when we'll know if BTC has bottomed. Holding the 18.5K level as support is a really good sign that we're on a new trend. JD, Ripple CEO, says he's optimistic the lawsuit will settle the first half of 2023. The end of the channel shown below shows March, April. If they win, it's bullish for all of crypto. Show me the charts, and I'll tell you the news. Eggrock Crypto XRP rode to $27 via the 3W patterns. In the following quick thread, I'm monitoring 3 different W formations being sculpted. Each is on a different time frame, but is providing a view on how XRP price potentially can go to $27 plus. On the low time frame, the 4-hour, the first W pattern played out, and now XRP is just mimicking the previous W formation. The second W pattern is based on the 3 days time frame. The neck of the W pattern is respecting the previous XRP price action, which provides more confidence in this formation. And the third W pattern is based on the monthly time frame, and the neck of the W pattern is coinciding with the descending trending since the previous all-time high. Breaking out of the descending trend line and completing the W pattern will open the gates to all-time highs. XRP isn't it the same as 2017? XRP 2023 setting up for that SEC face melting generational wealth pump bags packed. Cryptic poet, Ripple CEO, optimistic the crypto firm will get a ruling on the XRP lawsuit soon. Load up while you still have some time. The show's almost over. And with that being said, bagman and bag ladies, if you bought the dip because of FUD, you should thank them. If you sold because of it, then unfollow, unsubscribe, report, and block. Don't keep low quality information sources that make you poor. Choice and action are what you can control. Sell the FUD, buy up those big utility bags, throw on those moon suits and those pilot shades. Get ready and buckle up. We're about to blast off. We'll catch you up here at the tippy top. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing those likes for some more Moon O'Clock News. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish out there. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD, buy up that bag, and don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe, drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below, drop an elbow on that like button from the top rope. Catch you up here, top floor on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB, be your own bank. Peace out, crypto ghost.
Opportunity of a lifetime, better seize it. Been getting to these bags all bear season. Eating, big bull season. Rise of the phoenix. 1% on me, they gon' call us genius. Busters want your bags in, why they so mad? Your ass fell asleep like a quick nap. I told you wake your ass up, better get that. Generational wealth, yeah we got that.